What's going on, Jackson, Mississippi? How's everybody going? How's everybody doing today? How's it going today? Yeah, I think I'm gonna use that. How's everybody going today? Yeah, I'm gonna use my mistakes. As I'm gonna use my mistakes. How's everybody going today? Because you gotta get going. There's a is you going or is you not? You know what I'm saying? And if you going, how is it? You know what I'm saying? How is it? You having some problems? Are you having some problems today? Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I'm gonna use my mistakes. Because I noticed I've been saying that for a minute. So I'm gonna use it. How's everybody going? For real. Because you gotta get up. When you get going, man, that going part, man, you run into a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying, Jackson? Resident, it's a lot. You going soon, when you get up in the morning, you start your day, you take your shower, brush your teeth, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? And start, to start moving around. But sometimes, you just can't get out the bed. Sometimes you just be sitting there, just laying there. And then before you know it, the time goes by. And over here you goes, or you hear, boop, boop, the doggone garbage truck that went by. or, or you hear, uh, the school bus done went by. You done missed it. You done missed to get your kids on the bus. You gotta drive them to school because you overslept. It's just how's your going? That going is something else, man. Yeah. But anyway, I hope you was doing well. I hope you had a good night's sleep. I, for one, everything was good on this end. No problems. I'm not saying I ain't gonna expect none. I do expect something to come, but we're gonna handle it as it comes. You know, as an old friend used to say, take it as it comes. And we that's just about it. That's just life. You know what I'm saying? When life is life, and you got to take it as it comes. No exceptions. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you always want to make sure that you're making the right decisions. Always make sure that you're making the right decisions, because I'm gonna tell you something. These damn youngsters, man, I tell you the truth. They don't make the right decisions. Some of these youngsters out here don't make the right decisions. They think stuff ain't never gonna end. they don't think they don't think money run out. When you ain't got it, USOL. And it's just, I don't know. But look, let me say this. It's just like anything, with youngsters. I always look at everything like, just analyzing. I analyze mice, for example, right? Just it's something simple. Something simple as mice. Mice and rats, you know what I'm saying? Not roaches. Okay. If you set a trap down in the same place, why is it that the mouse always want to find that same trap? Is it the scent? Or is it his nature? It's not the scent, it's his nature. Because that mouse is new to what he's doing. There's no such thing as a smart mouse. Now a rat may be different. A rat may hit a trap once, but may not go back to that trap. Because it's already had the experience. Well, that's the same thing with you. You as an adult, you ain't gonna do the same. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but I'm just saying. A lot of times, you're not gonna do the same thing twice, because you know what the dangers are. For example, falling off the edge. You know what I'm saying? You go close to the edge and fall off the ledge. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's because you don't know. That's because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You get close to the edge and you fall off the ledge. But then when you know and you understand what the edge is and where you are, boom, you know you're not gonna fall off that edge. You're not gonna fall off. You know you're not gonna fall off. You're gonna go to the edge, but you're not gonna fall off the ledge. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but if you new to it, you're gonna fall every time, every time. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, but Plain landed on that one because but that's the way youngsters is though. You know what I'm saying? They don't. I mean, you know, they just think they know. They think they know. They think because you are sitting at your house or wherever you are, or going to work every day, that you don't know what's going on out here in these streets. Oh, because it's new times, it's new days and new times. New days and new times ain't got nothing to do with it. The new days and the new times ain't got nothing to do with it. It's what you've experienced. Yeah, that happened back in the 80s. Yeah, that happened back in the 90s. Yes. I bear witness to that. Alright? And we are going into 2030s. You know what I'm saying? Finna leave the 20s. You know what I'm saying? We going into 2030s. I get that. And there's a lot of different things that's going on. But the approach is the same. I don't give a ding dong what it is. I don't care if you got a new technology. The new technology for the internet and the new technology for AI are different. Yes. But the approach, man, it's still the same. You got some folks that was afraid of it back in when the internet came out. You had some folks that was afraid of it. You had some folks that didn't want to deal with it. You had some folks that engaged it, embraced it, amazed it, mastered it. Same thing with AI. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Let's just keep that real. Same thing with the television. Same thing with the car. You had them same folks with the same mentality. They didn't want to, they shied away from it. They didn't want to, those Sagas, you know how long Sagas was riding buggies with horses? They did it till they outlawed it. Because they saw that the cars was a little bit more efficient. Folks didn't want to deal with it. Folks couldn't afford it. Folks shied away from it. Come on now, let's talk about it. Let's keep that real. But that's with anything, because we're new to it. So it's no difference. It's no different. The approach is the same. With the youngsters today, ain't no different than the youngsters yesterday. You know what I'm saying? You know, man habits is, I'm telling you. Technology may change, but the habit of man, The habit of man don't. And that's real. I ain't seen the habits change yet. And they say, well, evolution. Yeah, okay. Evolution. It's evolution in technology, in the way people think, and it make technology benefit them conveniently, yes. But the approach to it, oh man, that's all the same, bro. It's all the same. Yeah, for real. Yo. Oh, but anyway, listen. Look, click like and share this video out, okay? When you get this video, click like and share. You know what I'm saying? And Cash App, and show a brother some love and Cash App me at $1 Foresight 718. That's FORESIGHT 718. Yo, hit me back. Or give me an email. Send me an email at Blind Intelligence 718 at gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment. Yeah. But so we got this J-Tran thing coming up. I think it's on the 31st. Is it 31st? Is it the 31st? Yeah. Friday. Because the first is on yeah. Because the first is on Saturday. So yeah, it's the 31st. So we got this thing coming up. J-Tran got this thing coming up with this they got this mediation thing coming up with federal government gonna come in and mediate this thing, so they can get the workers back to back to work. You know what I'm saying? I really hope and pray that those people get what they need and get what they want out of this deal, because, like I said, MV Transport is on some junk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not happy with them. I ain't happy with it myself. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else pitching, dilly-dallying and then laughing and smiling around these folks, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Only because this ain't never happened before. And the only thing that I can smell is greed. It's greed. You trying to put the city on the chokehold. You're putting the city on the chokehold. Straight up. Straight up. And that's not cool. So shout out to those bus drivers out there that's hey, look here, that's on that line. Shout out to them bus drivers that's on that picket line. Shout out to them, you know what I'm saying, to them bus drivers that's been out there in the long haul with this. Real talk. It ain't easy. It ain't no cakewalk. You know what I'm saying? So, you see him, shout him out. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, but let me play my plane on that one. Man, listen. I'm gonna go in on this right here. I want to talk about what is the name of the apartment? Oh, it was Chateau. What's the Chateau apartments over there where they was talking about that on the news. Let me tell y'all something. I looked on the news. I was listening to Channel 16, and I'm listening to everybody, and I'm like, I'm trying to see, because my favorite council member, I'm sorry, I'm being biased, say, hey, shout out to all the council members, but my favorite council member is Tina Clay, because she don't play. I love Tina Clay, because she don't play. Real talk. She my favorite council member. I'm keeping it a buck. She don't play. And I'm looking, I'm sitting there and I'm listening. And they talking about how Entergy shut off everybody's lights because somebody was hooking up the meters illegally. Right? And one of the lady came in the interview and she was like, yo, we just don't, we like to have an apartment, but sometimes we just don't have the funds to afford it. Alright, cool. So I'm sitting there, I'm listening to the joint, whatever. Meanwhile, because Tina Clay went in and she went in for herself. She said, I want to see this for myself. Brought in the news with her. What pops out the bushes? An Indian. And this Indian immigrant owns those apartments. He comes on the news. He makes a fool of himself. He makes a fool of himself. See, yeah, look. Yeah, we going in on this right now. We're going to go in on this. Because this has got to stop. And this is why I try to tell us, we should own them apartments. That stuff should have never went down. And then he gonna say, if you pay attention, he gonna tell a bogus, crappy lie and say, I came and I cut the water off. I cut the electricity off. But they still cut it back on, getting it from some other place, whatever kind of way. He's lying. He's lying. Because if you got a bill that's overdue the water, folks, they're gonna cut your services off. They cut your services off the rip. Off the rip. There's an accountant somewhere. Somebody giving up some bread. Unless the water ain't doing their job. And I know that ain't a lie. I know that's a lie. The water company doing their job. They would have gave them a final notice. But then they gonna holler that the apartment complex had been shut down. These folks were squatting. Remember that commercial? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll? To get to the center of a Tootsie Roll? Center of a Tootsie Pop. Remember that? How many licks does it take? How many lies will it tell? How many lies can be told before the truth can come out? They are liars. Now, all Indian folks is not, but they are. But one thing they do practice bad business. I have not seen any of them practice good business. I have not seen any of them practice good customer service. But them apartments over there on Capitol Street, why is it that he got a set of these apartments? He got these set of apartments over here in the black community. If they was condemned, why he still owning them? He should have been and sold them. Okay, question: If nothing would have went down, if everybody would have been in there paying their bills, where there was no meter, there was nobody stealing electricity, allegedly. Allegedly stealing water. Would this Indian guy have said anything? Would he said anything? How long has this son been owning them apartments? They own apartments, hotels, and they run this. Don't make me cuss today. Don't make me cuss, because I'm not gonna cuss. They own apartments and they own hotels, and they run them down. They run them down. They don't ever want to fix them up. They want to collect the money off of them, and they want to run them down. I've been inside. When I was driving for Pepsi Cola, I was delivering for Pepsi Cola. I can't remember, but I went to a Holiday Inn, one of them chain hotels. Days Inn, Holiday Inn, one of them. I just can't remember which one it was, but there was a white woman out front, right? and she was out at the help desk. You know, she's at the desk helping folks, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, and it was all. I mean, you had yes, you know, you had some black folks. You know what I'm saying? You know, maintenance, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you got different, but it was mainly blacks and whites over there, right? But then when I walked into the office, watch when I'm in the drop. When I walked into that office, to their accounting office, because they had a, you know, where they have, you know, the account of the monies, their monies and stuff like that, and you know, and all they process. It's, I just say their financial processing room. There was a guy sitting there with a turban on his head. He's the owner. I said, he's the owner. He's the owner. See, when they got one of them chain stores, like Days Inn, Holiday Inn, Micro Hotel, or whatever, when they got one of them chain stores, they ain't gonna show their face. They know not to show their damn face, because they know whites is not gonna deal with them. White people don't want to do business with them. They know that. They know that. When they know, I'm telling you, this is how they know how this system works. They know how the system works. They will not show their face. They'll be in the background, but they will not show. They're going to put somebody white in front. Or they're going to put somebody black with a professional way, a good professional attitude. But it depends on what area they in. They're going to put somebody white in front. I'm just keeping it real. Because they know how the society works. There are a lot of white folks don't want to deal with them. Don't want to deal with them. And no matter how good English speaking, non-accent having person of Indian descent is, they still not gonna put them out front. You can have an Indian person that was born here that has no Indian accent. They ain't gonna put them out front. They're gonna put them in another place where they know that they're gonna be needed, but they're not gonna put them out front. Not in them chain stores. I mean chain stores, those chain hotels. Telling you, they know what's up. They know what's up. Man, I've been doing this I done did too much. I done did too much too long. For too long. I'm telling you. So when I'm looking at these apartments, I'm like, I'm trying to figure out where they are, because I remember where a lot of the apartments is down Capitol Street. You know, once you cross over Robinson Road, and I know where all the apartments are, but I kind of got an idea, maybe an idea where they are. But my point is that why did he still own them? And would he have said anything had none of this would have happened? And then he gonna sit there and try to beg Tina Clay like a crackhead. Tina Clay said, "We don't do that." Yo, Shorty was like, "Yo, we don't do that. We ain't, you know what I'm saying? We don't come out and give out money and all that mess. Hey, you don't want to help us. We didn't need help. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. But you don't want to come, and you don't want to come to a meeting. You don't want to come to a community meeting. You don't want to come to a community meeting because you think somebody's going to ask you for something. But when something goes down, like I said before, my last video, not my last video, but I spoke about this before. When something go down, oh, they play victim. They good at playing victim. Nobody in the city wants to help us. This, that, whoop de whoop. This, that, da 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 da. Just like that Indian cat came down there to the city council on that bull crap. Cause his son got locked up. Yo, he had all them folks up in there. He knew he was making deals. Somebody was breaking this cat off with some bread. Yo, they be on one, man. They be on one. All them Indians, all of them, every last one of them Indians be on one. You know what I'm saying? They, like I said, they never come to the community meetings to see what's going on in their neighborhood where they got business set up. Where businesses, where they got business set up. This is your community. Regardless of whether you live in Clinton or you live in Rankin County, it doesn't make a difference where you live. You got your business here in Jackson. You need to come to a meeting and see what's going on. See what kind of progress is being made. Nah. Y'all, yo, I'm just gonna tell y'all got a real bad mentality. Y'all got a mentality that's man, I swear. Y'all mentality is real bad. Y'all want to play victim when something go down. When something go down, y'all want to play victim. Ain't anybody trying to hear that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I know Tina Clay wasn't trying to hear it. But that's what I'm saying. But it goes to show you how they come into the community, they treat you like crap, and then when somebody busts them upside their head, they want to play victim. They want to cry for the police. Well, why the police ain't helping us? Heck, you don't even want to give out free coffee to the cops so they can come stand out, so they can come and post up in your driveway because your parking lot sucks. You won't fix your parking lot. You won't come in, fix your parking lot for that one time and then run it down like you do your store. They do it all the time. They do it, the Arabs do it. Off the rip. So what we talking about here? This ain't racism. This ain't racism. Because I'm not saying anything about their race. Nothing. I have nothing to say. I don't know anything about their race. I know about their history. I know about the Indian culture, the Indian history over there in India, yes. And I know about the Arab history. I'm not saying anything about their race. This ain't got nothing to do with their race. I'm just talking about how they come over here and do business. Period. And these are the results that they get. And then they play victim. They have no courtesy for nobody. They have no customer service for nobody. They only want something for free. They want something that ain't no different. Come on, man, ain't no different than nobody else. They want something for free. When I worked for Pepsi Cola, I promise you this. I hope Bill Brown listen to this. Let me tell you something. When I worked for Pepsi Cola, I would work Woodrow Wilson. And no, excuse me. Strike that, Bill Brown. I apologize, but it does pertain to you too. When I worked for Louvel, I worked Woodrow Wilson, and I would go up and down Woodrow Wilson, filling up them ice cream boxes. And you know, in the chain stores, which be your Shells, your BPs, stuff like that, those are your chain stores. Those stores, Pepsi had Louvel and Pepsi, they had accounts with them. So all they have to do is just sign the paper, sign the document. But when you go to the Indian stores, yo, they have to pay. They pay cash. So they tell you, they tell you what's needed or whatever inside the box. You go in there, look at it, whatever. They say, yo, I need this particular product, whatever, because I sell more of it. Boom, boom, boom. And you go in there, you bring more of it, whatever, whatever. Them songers would come at you on the side and say, hey, yo, you hook me up with this, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'll make it right with you. You know what I'm saying? Case in point. Now, Bill Brown. I hope you listening to this video. I would go into Walmart on 18 and fill up when they had them drink machines on both sides. Fill up them drink machines and get all that old product out and bring all that old product in, bring that new product in, because it got dates on it. Yo, them cats would side talk me to sell them product. And then you wonder why when you go into a store and you pop up a can and you be like, ew, what the hell is this? That's because somebody done sold them an out of date soda. Probably from a drink machine. I'm telling you stuff goes on. You might go to an establishment that hadn't used the drink machine, so they got to pull all them drinks out. You know what I'm saying? They got to pull all them drinks out. Where they gonna put them? They gonna throw them in the trash. So no, what a lot of them do is they go in there, boom, and they sell them to the Indians. But what I'm saying, I'm not nobody hustle. Don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is, they want something for free. They even want you to throw them something. Look, I wouldn't mind doing that. I didn't mind doing it if the sodas wasn't out of date. Because a lot of times, a lot of them sodas don't be out of date. They just want them to change them out. And they don't be out of date. They might be out of date for about a year or so. You know what I'm saying? Might be coming up on the second year or whatever before they go out of date. And you have to still pull them. You know what I'm saying? And then you can go over there and you can sell them whatever, depending on, you know what I'm saying? Boom. That's cool. I ain't knocking nobody hustle. I ain't knocking nobody hustle. But what I'm saying here is this. What I'm saying is, the Indian folks, they want something for nothing. They want something for nothing. They want, if you go, you'll have a person, they'll have a black person come in there, and they'll pay him in maybe in beer or something, and have him clean up the store. I'm telling you, they want something for nothing. So, that's nah. So I'm not feeling about them apartments. No folks ain't lying down at them apartments. If, like I said, that thing would have went down, if it would have never got no notice, I guarantee the apartment still would have been thriving. In the condition that they're in right now. And I say to you black folks, us, we gotta pool our resources. This is why I say we pool our resources. Because them apartments should have been ours. They should belong to the community. Them apartments could have belonged to the city. The city could have took them apartments and made them low income. Couldn't that happen? Make it make sense. Let's make it make sense now. They worried about all these data centers and stuff. It's a whole bunch of data centers coming. So what? Okay, yeah, we got that coming, but what about these apartments where folks live? The city could have took on them apartments. They could have gotten taxes off them apartments. That's another revenue source. Look, I'm gonna land my plane today. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to come on here and I just wanted to shoot my shot. You know what I'm saying? But I just I want to talk about these apartments. How many apartments out here is like that we don't that I don't even know about? When or if they build them apartments over there by the Metro Center, who's gonna be over them? How long is it gonna be before them Indians take over? Will they take over? Psst, telling you. I'm telling you. And they constantly I'm telling you they're constantly like I said, they constantly I remember they built a hotel right across the street from Popeyes on Highway 80. I remember when they built that joint from the ground up, and they went in there and they took it over. They own the Holiday. Remember that old Holiday, big old tall building, the Holiday Inn? It's no longer there no more. They're a set of apartments now. Well, the reason why that went down because of them. The Ramada Inn on Bobby Rush, former Ellis Avenue, the Ramada Inn, the Travel Lodge. Remember that? What happened to him? What happened? I'm gonna tell you what happened to him. The Indians took over, and they brought him down. They had that Huntington's Club there, at those apartments. Remember, at the Ramada Inn. All white folks was coming there, right off that interstate, at that Huntington's Club. You hardly ever knew it was there. You hardly ever knew that Huntington's Club was there. Nobody knew it was in the cut. It was in the cut. Right? You see all the pickup trucks and all them folks was there. All the white folks. At the Ramada Inn. But when the Indians came, they tore that place down. Tore it all down. But this is what you get when you do business with them. Plain landed. As my man Willie D say, no more talk.